Hi, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the webinar. This is Sylvia Herzog from the Charcoal Project. Happy to have you here today for our Facebook 201, Optimizing Your Posts for Marketing and Facebook Advertising. This is part of our HFI Kenya series, which HFI Kenya is a part of our Harvest Fuel Initiative, which is a program for clean energy entrepreneurs to help them to grow and scale their businesses. We are very fortunate this summer at the Charcoal Project to have two interns, Ella Smith and Abby Rose Notarnicola, who will be using and sharing their social media savvy today with us so that we can benefit from their expertise. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. Just to facilitate the network for everyone, we're going to leave all the videos off today, except for the screen sharing. If you are having a problem with viewing the screen, you could always follow along with the slides that were sent yesterday via email for this presentation. But hopefully you'll be able to get, have no problem viewing the screen and hearing everything. All questions, please put in the chat box. At the end, if we have a small group, we may be able to open it up for everyone for discussion, but for now we're just going to answer questions in the chat box, again, just to make it a little easier for the presentation and for the networking. With that, we're going to turn it over now to Ella Smith and Abby Rose and hear what they have to say. Thanks, everyone. Oh, one more thing. If you guys want to just briefly say who you are in the chat group, because we can't always tell from the phone numbers of people calling in. Just say who you are and your company. That would be great. Thanks a lot. Hope you guys enjoy the presentation. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Like Sylvia said, today is Facebook 201, Optimizing Your Facebook Posts for Marketing and Facebook Advertising. Today, specifically, what we're going to go over is why Facebook is an important tool for marketing your business, the importance and meaning of engagement, tips for creating engagement, the best posts for engagement, how to create Facebook ads and boosted posts, and other resources for Facebook marketing. So my name is Abby Rose Notarnicola. I'm going to be a sophomore at the George Washington University this fall. I joined Sylvia this summer as her intern, and I've had such a wonderful time working with her, and I'm so excited to get the opportunity to now work with you guys.
Hello, my name is Ella Smith, and I'm going to be attending Claremont McKenna University next fall. I also joined Sylvia just this summer, and I've really been enjoying working with her, learning more about you guys and your mission as entrepreneurs, and I'm really excited to continue to help you guys with things such as marketing and social media. So to start, we first want to talk about why using Facebook is so important. Facebook is one of the most popular social media platforms in Kenya, with 8.8 million users in Kenya as of this year, and about 45% of them being on Facebook. If you use Facebook as a platform for your business, your reach to people in Kenya, in the region, will span much further. And Facebook is also not only just a social media platform, but it's also a very, very important tool for business. It's free, so it's a great resource to use for anyone. It builds an online community, most importantly. So if you have an online community of customers, you really are more likely to get a lot of sales and to just like continue to grow your customer base. You can easily grow the amount of customers on Facebook with a few simple steps. Also, having a Facebook page for your business kind of puts a human side to branding, because you're running your page, you're posting pictures of you and maybe your employees or your customers, and you're talking directly to your customers through this platform. Also, through things such as boosted posts and ads, you can increase brand awareness and sales a lot. Also, posts can be very informative for customers. So customers can use your Facebook page as a resource when they're trying to figure out what they might want to buy, what numbers they need to call to buy your products. As you are going to learn, you can run different kinds of ads on Facebook. And also, once again, you can really build that online community by engaging with your customers. Here on the right is an example. This is Priscilla's Facebook business page, which is looking really great. And you can look back at these examples after the presentation because you have access to these slides. So once again, engagement with your customers on your Facebook business page is extremely important, and that consists of communicating with them, liking their comments, having them comment on your posts and things like that. When customers like or comment on your posts will show up on the feed of everyone that they're friends with. So that's just a very easy way to grow the amount of people who see your posts, who might click on your page. So it really increases your reach. And also, once again, being engaged with your customer base on your Facebook business page overall increases brand awareness. It increases the amount of community you have online. And it also just gives, once again, that human side to your business, which might make customers feel more inclined to purchase from you. And so some tips for engagement that we have, we suggest only posting 1 to 2 times a week, just because you don't want to clutter the feed of everyone who's liked your page. You don't want to clutter their feed with posts from your page, because if you post too often, your posts might seem like background noise to them if your posts are just always on their page and they can't get through your posts. And also sometimes if you post too much, Facebook might filter some of your posts out of the feed of people who have liked your page and your friends. So overall, just overposting is a lot more respectful for your customers and ensures that your posts will all be seen. Also, replying to all your comments, and if you don't want to reply, you can also simply like the comment, but interacting with all the comments on your post in some way. You want to like and comment other people's business pages just to build an online community of businesses. And also sometimes people might be able to see your page from other people's business pages if you were interacting with other business pages. So that's just another way of getting more exposure for your page. Share your business posts wherever you can. So even on your personal page that's not your business page, share information about your business posts so that all your friends can see it and maybe they can spread it. And also encourage your friends to reshare your posts, which is almost a way of free advertising, getting more exposure, building more online community for your page. Also, always try to use pictures and videos. Overall, posts with pictures and videos are a lot more engaging, especially videos that are pretty short and dynamic and things like that. And also make sure that these pictures and videos are always of high quality, because the quality of the photos does reflect on your page. If you have low quality photos, customers might be subconsciously inclined to think that, you know, your page isn't super high quality or something like that. So just think about your presentation when you're choosing pictures and photos to post. Once again, tag businesses, interact with other businesses on Facebook to build up an online community, potentially get more exposure. Use hashtags on your posts. This example on the right, you can see there's a lot of different hashtags used because people can see your post through looking at the hashtags, so it's just another way for potential exposure. We also suggest avoiding putting links on your Facebook posts. It's not, you know, you can do it if it's necessary, but if it's not necessary, we would say don't put links on your post, because the Facebook algorithm doesn't want to put posts that might bring you off of Facebook at the top, because Facebook, for their own business, they want to keep as many users on Facebook as possible rather than direct them off of it with, say, a link to a website. Also, if you can, use Facebook Live, because that's a chance for direct communication and engagement with your customers and the people on your business page. However, that's not super necessary. If you do that, we would recommend definitely practicing and having a good camera. But if your bandwidth or something like that is too low for a Facebook Live, pre-recording a video of something you might say in a live and then posting that is just as great. And also join and create other Facebook groups, once again, just to increase your engagement, just to build that online community, and just be more active on Facebook will automatically bring more people to your business page. And Abby is going to take it away at all the best posts for engagement that you can do.
Yep, so we just wanted to share examples of the best posts for engagement, the posts that are going to get the most likes, spark some conversations between your viewers. So this first tip for posts for engagement would be posting about trending topics. The only thing to note here is that you don't want these to be political topics that may be controversial. It's just best to stay away from anything that can maybe cause an argument or, just create some negative engagement on your page. For the examples that we have here are some people wearing masks, just on the theme of social distancing and of COVID-19. So these would be great examples for posts for engagement. Our next tip would be posting behind the scenes images. This could be behind the scenes of your operations, of how you actually manufacture your briquettes, or behind the scenes of any initiatives that you have going on, any programs, like the images on the right-hand side. Our third tip would be to use branded graphics that can even include your company's logo. We suggest a free app called Canva. It's in bold on left on the screen. It's extremely simple to use, and it can help you create simple branded graphics with your logo, with any text you want to put over an image. It is free and it's just very simple. So again, if anyone would want more information on Canva, just let us know. But we just thought we'd plug it for you guys, just so you can have that resource if you wanted to tamper around with making any branded graphics.
Yeah, this is Sylvia. Just putting in a note about Canva. I tried it when we did our micro grant outreach to donors, and it was really great. It was really clean graphics. You could add nice photos, and then you import them directly into Facebook or Twitter, or download them for an email. And there is a free version, which is the only reason why we're plugging it hard. So it's easy to use, and we could probably, if people are having problems with it, we'll probably help them with it. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yes, great. So our fourth tip would be posting product photos and videos. Classic. We just note that you want these videos and photos to be very high quality, especially since they're of your products. You want to represent your brand very well. So again, natural lighting, just tip, is always great for creating high quality photos. Definitely spend some time taking these pictures and make sure that the presentation is the best that you can get it to be. Our fifth tip would be sharing videos. Videos just have this extra added appeal on Facebook. They're great for people to just click on something, again, that we want to be very high quality, and we want it to have captions. This is because most users on Facebook actually scroll through Facebook with their sound off. So people would be more inclined to continue watching a video with the caption, just in case their sound is off, they can read along. But videos, if you have the capabilities, are just something that Facebook likes to see. People enjoy watching them. It can just change up your feed in a great way. And also, people are probably more likely to share videos because it's just special content compared to a normal post. Our sixth tip would be sharing stories. This is great because it shows a more human side to your brand. This could be sharing a story about one of your employees and how they got involved with your business. It can also be a story from your operations, your day-to-day, anything that you think can appeal to people and show, again, your human side and what you guys are all about. Our seventh tip would be to educate your audience. This can take the form of just sharing useful information. It can be linking something that shares about your industry. It can be including charts or infographics, just basically educating your audience on what you do, what's going on in your industry at the moment. Again, you can possibly link other sources. These are also just very shareable, can probably spark conversation between people on your page. And then lastly, we just have a couple other suggestions for posts for engagement. You can post your discounts and sales. You can post contests or giveaways. You can post surveys, and you can ask questions. On the ask questions, this is just a really great tip because if you ask a question in your post, the goal is to have people responding in the comments, sparking conversation, having you reply to people, having other customers replying to other customers. So any way that you can really create a dialogue among your posts is exactly what you want to do. So next, we're going to talk about two different kinds of posts. We're going to talk about boosted posts and Facebook ads or sponsored content. Essentially, boosted posts are when you take a normal post that you've already posted and you pay to have this post reach a wider audience. Whereas Facebook ads are when you create a specific post or ad campaign with a specific business objective, like to promote your page or to sell a product that, again, is seen to a wider audience, but it is just different from boosted posts in many different ways. And in the next slide, I'm going to break down those differences for you. Okay, so the key differences. Boosted posts are simple. They're a lot less complex than creating Facebook ads because they do not use Ad Manager, which is a feature that we're going to explain later on. But essentially, everything you need to create the ad is in one centralized location on your Facebook page. We highlighted where this was yesterday. Ella's going to highlight where that is today as well and take you through that whole process. Also, again, boosted posts, they're just less intimidating. It's very user-friendly and it can be created very quickly on the fly, which is a very important tool that adds that a boosted post can just be instantly created rather than having to sit down at your computer, take a long chunk of time to create an ad. Also, like I said, the posts are already published. You can take a post you already created that you know is doing well, that you've gotten a lot of comments, a lot of likes, that you want it to do even better. So it's kind of a way to create this organic success for your post because you already see what's working and you can decide how much farther you want that post to go. Boosted posts can also increase brand awareness. This is because it helps you gain maximum visibility on your posts, like I said before, and it constantly stays on the tops of people's minds if they are seeing your post on their feed again for a page that they already like. And then lastly, it's great for announcements. This is because you can target people who like your page and their friends. So when you boost a post, it's kind of hitting an audience of people that share the same network, that are members of your page and who they like. So you're just extending that network a little bit more, but keeping it within people who most typically would like your page. As for sponsored content, there's more creative control. Again, within this this feature of Ad Manager, you can do a lot more when creating your ad. For example, you can create a headline, you can display a link, and you can use a call to action button. Also for sponsor objectives, that means that you can set an ad objective or a goal for the ad, like visiting your ad to click on the button to visit your objective for that ad. Another thing for sponsored content is that you can do split testing. This means that you can test different ads and you can test different ad audiences simultaneously. Again, great feature just to know what types of ads and what types of audience create the most hits on that ad that you created. You can also target audiences. Essentially, compared to boosted posts, there are greater audience targeting capabilities in Ads Manager. It's just more in depth, a little bit more complex than boosted posts. But if you want to get really specific with targeting an audience, recommend Ad Manager to do that. And then lastly, the difference between boosted posts and ads is that ads can be seen across any social media platform owned by Facebook. So they can be seen on Facebook Messenger or Instagram, for example. So now the question is when to use which post. So we recommend boosted posts when your goal is to increase traffic and engagement. Boosted posts essentially just bring more people to your page, increase page likes, comment shares, and brand awareness. So when you're trying to just to get more likes, more followers on your page, you want people to have conversations, building that engagement, we definitely recommend boosted posts because you're just taking an already successful post and sending it out to a wider audience for more people to see. Again, great way just for people to go on, be active on your page, give your page a like, give your posts a like. So that is when we would recommend to use boosted posts. We would recommend to use Facebook ads when you have a specific business objective. There's an ask. It's when you want to promote your page or you want to sell your goods, sell your services. You want people to go and click on this link to go to your website. It typically caters to marketing campaigns. There's definitely a very specific thing that you want people to do when they see your sponsored content. So now Ella is going to take it away and she's going to show you guys how to create a boosted post.
Yep. So I'm going to show you guys the process of creating boosted posts. I'm going to walk through it on Facebook, but for your reference afterwards, if you want to, come back and look at this, there's slides here with screenshots of every step for you to look at. Okay, so here I am on my Facebook. I'm going to go to Pages, and I have this fake business page already made. So to start, you're going to want to go to Publishing Tools, and here is where you're going to see all your posts and also make new posts. So then you click Create Post. So I'm just going to do a fake post that I already have made and also bring in a photo. You almost always want to have photos on your posts. And then before you click share, you click boost post. And so the first thing you want to do is choose your audience. So here you'll see the selected people you choose through targeting, and then you click edit. And here you can choose many different things about your audience, such as gender and age. This seems good to me, but you could also choose the location, and you can choose multiple locations. So you can choose an entire country. You can choose the entire country of Kenya. You can also choose, you can also choose specific areas such as Nairobi, Kenya, also. So you can choose a couple of different locations if you don't want to refine yourself to one city or something like that. And this part is optional. It's usually not very necessary, but you can also narrow down your audience based on their interests or behaviors. So you click here, you click browse under here, and most of the things you'll probably select if you use this is under interests. So let's see, you could, for example, you could go to interests, hobbies and activities, politics and social issues, and you can choose environmentalism, sustainability. Maybe you could even go to food and drink, and you can click cooking, something like that. And you could go to sports and outdoors, something like that. Anything that you think you would want your audience to have, any sort of interest. However, we don't always recommend this because sometimes it can be too restricting. Sometimes you don't always want customers who show prior interest in environmentalism and sustainability, because the goal is also to grab customers that weren't interested in environmentalism and sustainability before, and maybe get them interested in these things. So, you know, it depends on what you think, on how specific you think your ad is to a specific interest. But if you're trying to just get people from all different demographics and interests and kind of convert them to maybe thinking about using briquettes instead of wood charcoal, then I wouldn't refine the interest.
I'm just going to jump in here, Ella. I would just say on the demographics, while you may keep the interest open, if you can narrow your search down, like that age range is really big. If you think your customer range is really 25 to 45 and almost entirely women, then that's a good way to target it. That way your ad dollars will be spent a little more effectively. Because if you don't, I mean, if men are buying your product, great. But if you don't find men are buying your product or aren't making the decision about buying your product, then maybe you want to target the ad towards women, or you know, or you can target to men if you feel like they're the ones actually picking up the product and buying it, and they're the decision makers. So just, you know, your customers, so give that some thought. And you know, yes, you want to expand to other people, but you also want to you want the Facebook ads to be not so wide that you have to spend a lot of money on it, too much money to make it worthwhile.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and as you can see down here, you can see the potential audience size as you refine your audience. And the smaller the audience is, the cheaper it will be in the end, the less you'll have to spend per day. So I just refined it a bit more, and the audience size almost cut in like a third. So you can just play around with refining the audience to get maybe an audience size that you want. And also something else that's really cool about Facebook is that you can create multiple different types of audiences. So I have some other audiences saved. Audience 1, it only has the age range on there. I mean, audience 2, it only has the age range on there. So you can select that if you think that that audience will be good for your post. You can have a bunch of different audiences saved depending on what type of post it is, how much money you want to spend this time, or just how many people you need to reach at this time. Okay, next you're going to choose the duration.
Oh, so I'm just going to jump in one more, Ella, sorry, just one more time on that audience. That's great that you can do the different audiences, because you may have different purposes. If you have a community organization, and you're looking for donors, for example, your audience could be people outside of Kenya, and not customer based. So it's a great feature that you can just gear your post towards one audience or the other, depending on the purpose of the post, whether it's to generate branding or sales for your company, or maybe it's to generate international attention for your cause.
Right, right. And also when you create a new audience, you can name it. So you can name it donors or something like that before you start, based off what this audience would be for. Okay. Next, you're going to set the duration and budget. So we recommend spending about $10 a day because that just gets you a lot of reach. It might not get quite as much reach if you don't spend $10 a day, but that's not totally necessary. I mean, you can still see at the bottom how many people it will reach per day on estimate, but you need to spend a minimum of $1 per day. So as you can see here, I'm set to 7 days, but only $5 total. And it's telling me that I can't do that because it needs to be at least $7 per day. So once I reach over $7, it's okay. But you can set the amount of days that you want this boosted post to run by just going up and down here. Or you could also just click and choose the end date. So I'll choose Tuesday of next week. And in that case, I would have to have at least $12 in there. But if I wanted to spend, you know, $10 a day, I would bring it up to $120. Oops. So yeah, I bring it up to about $120, and it'll tell you down here how much you'll spend per day, and also once again how many people you can reach. So once you have your budget set, you click Set Budget in the bottom right corner. And then you choose your payment method. So you can usually use PayPal, or you can always use PayPal as long as you're paying in US dollars. So you can select PayPal. And if you don't have a PayPal, but you have M-Pesa, there's a way to link your M-Pesa to your PayPal, because M-Pesa is through PayPal. So that should be pretty simple. And we have a resource linked at the end of the slides that can show you how to pretty easily link your PayPal to your M-Pesa so you can pay for your boosted posts. And so after you do the ad, you can also go and boost a post that you already made. So this is a post that I made yesterday.
Ella, can I just say one more thing about the ad dollars? Because so I guess what I would suggest is that you start, the first time you do it, you just pick $1 a day or something, so you can kind of play with it and not feel like you have to commit too much, and then you can see with that low amount how much activity you get and how much engagement, and then from there you could always increase it the next time you decide to boost a post. But it's easy to do and inexpensive, and you can start with $1 a day. So why not try the lowest amount and see how far it goes, and then adjust accordingly after that.
Yeah, I agree. So here's a post that I already made yesterday, and you can see here that you can boost it after you made it by clicking in the bottom right corner. And here you can also add a button to your post. So the button would be down here in the ad preview, such as send message. You can also choose to make the button send WhatsApp message. So if you say in the boosted post or something like WhatsApp me now to purchase, you can add a button, add a WhatsApp message in the bottom right corner, so that when customers or potential customers see your post, they can pretty easily contact you. And then for seeing how your boosted post is doing, once you boosted your post, you go to Ad Center on the left-hand sidebar, and then you click All Ads. And here you're going to see all of your ads here. I didn't post any ads yet, but you can see all of your ads here, and under each individual post that you made, there's going to be a place where you can see view progress and you can see how well your ad is doing. And let's see. And so we didn't actually boost any posts, but the Charcoal Project did boost posts on their page. And they shared with us what it would look like to see the progress of your post. So in the overview, which once again you see by clicking view results under each of your individual boosted posts, you'll see the performance. So you'll see the reach, the amount of people that saw your boosted post. You'll also see link clicks because the post that they shared included a link. And sometimes link clicks can be more important to look at than the reach because link clicks warrant a lot more engagement, and that kind of tells you how many people were actually moved by this post and wanted to engage with the content in this post. And also you can see all of the statistics about the people who saw your post. So you can see the breakdown by gender, you can see the breakdown by location and age, and things like that. And also you can see recommendations for maybe how to increase your reach if you're not happy with your reach on the left next to all of the stats and demographics. And also something that's great is that even after you already boosted the post and made the post, you can edit the audience for the post. So you can choose a different audience, or you can refine or unrefine the audience more if you aren't happy with the reach, and you can kind of play around with that, which is really great. And also, as Sylvia said, once again, you might want to run a few boosted posts, playing around with how much money you spend, with how much you refine the audience, just to see which works the best, which gets you the best reach or the most engagement on your page.
Yeah, and I'll just hop in. Ella, go back to that page a sec. So if you see there are people you choose through targeting. So if I wanted to reach new people, then that first one, I could pick people who have certain interests like I did there. I was trying to reach new people for a networking event. But maybe I just want to engage my existing audience, and then I would just click people who like my page. So they're already someone who knows the Charcoal Project somehow, and then maybe I want them to do, I want some call of action from them. I maybe just want to engage them in a conversation on an issue or something. So you can see how you would use the different types of targeting that way, depending on what your end goal is: meet new people or engage people who already somehow connected with you.
Yeah. Okay, so next I'm going to show you guys how to make a Facebook ad, and once again there's screenshots walking through all this that you can look back to on the slides afterwards. But for now I'm going to go back to Facebook, and so first you want to click on Ad Center on the left hand side, and then here you're going to see where you can click Create Ad. So the first thing you want to do is choose the goal of your ad. So it can be get more website visitors, which usually would be what a Facebook ad is for, because if you want more visits to your page, then a boosted post might be better for that. So I'm going to click get more website visitors. And so usually your Facebook ad will be a lot shorter in terms of text than a boosted post, because posts in general can be pretty long on Facebook. But as you can see, you only get 90 characters, which is good because, you know, most ads, you want your customers to be able to read, customers or potential customers to be able to read them very quickly in just a few seconds. So I'm just going to copy in this example. And here's a photo. This is already my wallpaper, but you can also browse images that are on your Instagram if that's linked to your business account or already on your business page. So here's a picture from a post I already made, and I can choose that as the ad picture. And also as you make the ad, you'll constantly see the ad preview on the right-hand side and see what that looks like. So that's really helpful for just figuring out how you want your ad to look. You can also add a button, a lot like the Facebook boosted post. So you can see here that you can add contact us, something like that. And then also you're going to want to add a website URL. So because I clicked the goal to be get more website visits, I would want to add a website URL if I had one. Let's see. And then also, once again, you're going to want to refine your audience. It's basically the same exact process as choosing your audience for a boosted post. You also have access to the same different types of audiences that you already made. And then, yeah, and you can also edit the audience by clicking this little pen icon here, and edit that audience more if you would like to do that. And then something that's different about Facebook ads is that you can
Sorry,
choose.
Ella, just one quick thing, because it was related to a question Beatrice had. When you go back to that screen, when you're editing the audience, could you go back to what you just, yeah, see how it says United States plus 25 miles? So I believe you could do Nairobi, you know, you could more detailed target a location by the number of miles around that location.
Oh, by choosing a radius?
By choosing a radius, yes, sorry. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's another way to just say, okay, I just want a radius around this city because this is where I'm targeting this ad for. And that's who will get the ad. And that's an easier way than trying to pick different locations.
Right, right. And also you can increase or decrease the radius to increase or decrease your potential reach, which might make it cheaper or more expensive if you want to do that. Okay, something that's different about Facebook ads from boosted posts is that you can actually run a Facebook ad continuously. So it'll run every day, basically until you tell it to stop. You don't have to choose a set amount of days. But if you run the ad continuously, there's a daily budget that will be taken every day. And yeah, and there's not any specific suggestions such as $10 a day for a Facebook ad, but I would recommend, once again, spending at least $1 a day. That's actually the requirement. But I would recommend, once again, playing around with the budget to see what gets you the most engagement, and start off with, you know, just $1 a day to try to figure that out, and also to try to figure out what kind of audience works for you. And here you can see on the right the estimated daily reach similar to a boosted post. And then at the end, once you're done, once you've refined everything that you need, you can click payment method. Oops. And when you click add, you can choose PayPal once again. And PayPal, once again, you can link that to your M-Pesa account so that you can pay for your ads. Okay, and so once you have made your ad, you can go to Ad Center once again, go to all ads, and you can see here your ad, and you can click on view progress, and you can see all the details about how your ad is doing. It's in the same place as your boosted post, so that's pretty easy and very similar to the boosted post once again. Okay. And something that's different about boosted posts and ads is how you manage them, particularly through Ad Manager, as Abby mentioned. So she's going to explain Ad Manager to you guys.
So where Ella was just showing you where you can see your ads, there's a little, it just says you can see more details in Ad Manager in blue. What that means is that Ad Manager is essentially just a separate website that just shows you all the insights to your ad. It can show you how to create your ad. It is just a larger database that gives you more creative control and greater breakdown of what your ad how your ad has been performing. We recommend this. It's a little bit more complex, and again, has a lot more, has a bunch of different customizations that if you have anyone who just feels really comfortable creating ads or feels like they can handle Ad Manager, definitely give it over to them. But again, it is a little bit more complicated and not necessary because Facebook does a great job of just having that ad center for you and just giving you everything you need in one centralized location. But just in case if anyone wanted to use Ad Manager, I'm just going to highlight a few of the added bonuses that you get. For example, when you're creating an ad campaign, there's a feature called guided creation, and that just takes you step by step through setting the proper objective, the proper audience, etc. Just really brings you through the whole process step by step. It's slower. You have to open your browser and you have to go through this whole process. So again, compared to boosted posts, it'd be a lot quicker, but it's just a nice option to have if you want it. Another thing under manage multiple ads at once, that you can actually see like the audience, budget, and placement of all your ads at the same time. You can activate or inactivate any ads that you have running. You can copy ad campaigns that you've already created that are doing well that you want to use again. And of course, you can run multiple ads simultaneously, and it's all displayed in the spreadsheet-like format for you, where you can see the campaign, all the ads, and the ad set, which is displayed in this graphic on the right that breaks down what you see on your window and all the specific features. And then the graphic on the top is what you see before you create any ads, just in case you just want to open Ad Manager and you get a little confused because you don't see any of your ads listed. That's just because you didn't create them yet. And lastly, it's great to just see how your ads perform in more detail. So it can actually provide you with metrics and breakdowns in the forms of charts and graphics for you to really see and compare performances of ads between each other and in general. And also, there's a feature where you can actually receive an ad report, and you can have it where it can be downloaded, emailed out to anyone that it needs to be. You can create certain metrics where every week on Friday, your ad report is created and emailed to so-and-so. So it's just a great feature if you just want to show people what's been going on with your page. So lastly, we just wanted to touch upon the Page Manager app, and this can be downloaded onto your phone. It's free, of course, and essentially it is just everything you need to manage your page, but just on your phone. So it has all the different settings, everything. If you want to just post instantly from your phone and take a picture, and you don't want to go through the process of uploading that photo to your computer, uploading that photo onto your post, and doing your post from there, you can actually just take a photo or video off of your phone and upload it instantly as a post onto your page. So that's just a really quick and great tool. And again, if you need to do any type of, urgent change to your page, to your post, again, it's just right in your phone. It's really easy to just edit and do anything that you would be able to do online on your browser on this app on your phone. And also, it's really great because say you have multiple different business pages, you can actually manage all those different pages right from this app on your phone again. So Page Manager app, we really recommend just getting it, downloading it onto your phone. Again, it's also great just to build familiarity with the settings and what customizations or capabilities that your page can have just right at the palm of your hand. So we really recommend downloading Page Manager app. So that is all we have for you guys today. We really genuinely appreciate all of you coming. If anyone has any questions, let us know. And we also are going to have a Twitter webinar on Tuesday of next week. And we'll probably also cover how to set up your Google business page in that webinar as well.
Hey, thanks, Abby and Ella. This has been great. We do have some questions. Beatrice has asked if we could explain more about how to do a survey on your Facebook page that was touched upon briefly in the beginning. And then also I was thinking it would make sense, I don't remember if we talked about it earlier, but if we could review how to schedule your posts That way, if people need to, conserve time and maybe on Sunday schedule their posts of the week so they don't have to worry about it during the week, that can be a really helpful tool.
Okay. Let's see. So for a survey, I think that when you create a post, which is here normally, hmm. Sorry, Abby, do you know how to do this?
Maybe go into publishing tools on the left-hand
Okay.
side, and then click create post from there. There might be more.
Right. Okay. 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 Here it is.
Yeah.
So under publishing tools, when you click create post, you'll see a poll, and you can say something like, which area of Kenya do you live in? Or something like that. And you can do something like that pertaining to delivery or something like that. And you can also choose how long you want responses to be available. So if you want it to always be getting responses, you can choose never, or you can just choose 1 week. And yeah, this is a really useful tool, once again, for engagement, because, it kind of asks your customers and the people on your page to get involved, and sometimes can spark conversation in the comments, and that type of engagement is always good as well, as we mentioned. And you can also click preview.
Yeah, I was just going to say some of the questions you could conceive of asking if you're trying to determine where some of your Facebook followers are living. That's a good one that Ella suggested. Or maybe it's something more general, like what shape for cats do you like? Something that would be helpful for you to learn. Or what do you cook with every night at dinner? Mm-hmm. And so questions like that, which would help you understand your customers a little bit better, would be great for this tool. Beatrice is saying she doesn't see publishing tools on her company Facebook page. I'm not sure why that would be the case.
Let's see.
If you go back to the main page.
Does Beatrice, do you see the manage page bar on the left-hand side?
I think on for example, it kind of depends on where you are. On mine, it's on the top bar on my charcoal project page.
Oh.
Don't know why, okay. It's just up there. So I think it can vary. Maybe it just depends on which version of, if you have the latest version of Facebook or not. But you should see it either at the top or on the sidebar.
Yeah, if not, I would maybe try updating your Facebook to get the latest version, and it should probably show up there. Okay. So the other question was,
yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, if anyone has any other questions about the polls or surveys, put it in the chat box. And then the other thing was about how to schedule your boosts, your posts in general, how to schedule your posts.
Schedule your posts. Okay, so I'm going to go back to publishing tools, and I'm going to click create post. And here, let's see, I'm just going to make that same fake post again. So here I have my post, and then here you'll see newsfeed, which is also where you would see the button to boost your post. But click share now, and then under that you have the option to schedule. So here you can choose the date, and you can also input the time, which is really helpful if you don't want to make, if you don't have time to make a post tomorrow, but you wanted to make a post tomorrow or something like that, and then you click schedule. And yeah, that's really helpful as well. And you can also even click boost posts too, so that once your post maybe in a week or so for whenever you schedule it, it automatically starts boosting itself. Another helpful thing is that you can see save draft. So if you don't want to post it now, but you don't really know when you want to post it, you just want to have this post saved for whenever, you can just save it as a draft, so that you can always have it and you have some posts maybe ready whenever you want to make them.
One more thing on the, when you're scheduling it, you want to try to schedule the post for when you think your readers are, or your viewers are on Facebook. So if for example, you think that they're viewing mostly on social media, like at night after dinner, then you'd want your posts to be scheduled for then. If you think that your viewers are more likely to get up, go to their desk, open their laptop and look at Facebook then you want your schedule to be the morning. So you have to think through like who your customers are, and that actually could be a poll question as well. What time of day do you usually look at Facebook? And that would be helpful for you to schedule your posts. And so Kevin's asking, can the video be more than 30 seconds or is it limited to that? I think that's just on Twitter that it's limited to 30 seconds. On Facebook, you can do longer videos. Is that correct, Ella? And
yeah,
Abby?
yeah, you can do longer videos.
Yeah, I think I just posted one recently that was longer than that. But Twitter, you are limited to 30 seconds. Does anyone else have any
Are there
other
any
questions?
more?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Okay, I think we're good. We're exactly on time. It's 9 o'clock or 4 o'clock for you guys. I think this was pretty helpful. I hope it was helpful to you guys too. Thank you very much, Ella, and thank you very much, Abby, for spending the time to put this together. Even if you missed some of it, because some of you were kind of cutting in and out with your network, I'll be sharing the recording, and then also you have the slides to flip through. So these will be, you can always go back and view it. There was a lot of information to remember, but this is a very helpful resource to go back to, so that, you know, when you actually want to do an ad, you know, you can go back and look. Hey, Douglas, did you want to say something?
True, Sylvia.
Yeah, how are you?
Hi. I'm fine. Not really. I've had an problem with my internet, but I think the slides, as you said, will help me through.
Great.
But
Glad
it has been a good session for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Douglas. I'm glad you could join.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And also one more thing is, we have a lot of sources to use that teach you these things. Also, if you want more depth on something, maybe such as Ad Manager, because we didn't go into depth about that. And also we have here the resource on how to link your M-Pesa to your PayPal, which is really helpful for paying for your ads and boosted posts.
Great. This has been great. A lot of great information for everyone. It'll take you a bit to absorb it, but I think everyone should find something useful with this. So thanks for joining us today. We'll see all of you on Monday at our HFI group meeting. So we're glad to have you, and we're going to end the session now.
Thank you, Sylvia, and the team. Abby. Enjoy your time. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.